So it's 12:30 a.m. and I can't sleep. I know this is not a normal video from me. I'm not upstairs in front of my wall or whatever, but I just couldn't sleep. And I don't know if you can, okay, now it's like, I guess it's not that obvious anymore, but I was crying, and because I was crying I couldn't sleep. And you might be wondering, what was I crying about? Now I'm gonna be honest with you, not many things can make me cry. I wasn't crying because of my life. I have a pretty good life, by the way. I wasn't crying okay, at the beginning I was kind of crying about my life, but that's a different story. Okay, it was just a sad memory that suddenly was in my head. But just now I was crying about something that I usually cry about a lot. Actually, I'm gonna admit to you that I actually cry about this a lot, especially at night, silently, because I don't want people to hear me. I was crying about it just now, under my blanket, hiding it again. This season, you know, this whole COVID thing, a lot of people are dying, especially nowadays with the cases rising. I don't know about you, but in my country, a lot of the cases have been rising. And I don't know, okay, first of all, I don't know if all the numbers are real. I don't fully trust the news. But, you know, if those are real, you know, and all the deaths rising, and even if it's not real, I mean, we can't ignore the fact that there are people dying from this pandemic, from this virus. You might be wondering, Miaw, why did you cry thinking about that? Doesn't affect you. You are safe at home with your family. That is true, but it made me cry because there are more people going to hell now than ever, because there's a pandemic going on. More and more people are dying more than ever. I know people die every day. People go to hell every day. I cry about that a lot. So, like I said, not many things can make me cry. But when I think about how many people go to hell every single day, that genuinely actually makes me cry a lot. Obviously, with the whole virus thing, more people are dying. People are infected. People are dying, and more people are going to hell. More souls are going to hell. And that, if you're a Christian and that doesn't break your heart, I don't know, like, it breaks my heart so much, hence the crying. It breaks my heart that Satan is taking so many souls right now. They're all going to hell. There's so many non-believers who are dying now. They're going to hell. And it's the people like me, people, maybe even you, if you're a believer, if you're a Christian and you're watching this, people like us who can stop it. The people like us who are supposed to go into the world and preach, but we don't, because we're scared, or some of us are even selfish. We don't want to preach the gospel. And it's the people like us who can save them, who can turn souls from hell and instead lead them to heaven, and show them to Jesus. But most of us are just doing nothing. And this, honestly, like, this is the reason why I can't sleep sometimes. Just thinking about hell. I guess it's kind of unhealthy to think about it too much, but I think about it a lot once the thoughts start coming. And this is actually a personal thing to me, because my own father is not saved. And if there's anyone watching this right now, I want you to pray for my dad, because I've been praying for my dad and he's not saved yet. And I'm not gonna lie when I say I get scared, because I don't know when he's gonna die. I don't know when I'm gonna die. I don't know if I die before I get to save him, before I get to share it with him. I don't know if he will die before anyone gets to share the gospel with him. So if there's anyone watching this right now, I want to plead with you to please pray for my dad, because I don't want my dad to go to hell. So yeah, this is quite a personal thing to me also. Like, not only am I scared for the people of the world, but I'm also scared for my dad, you know. So this whole hell, people going to hell thing, this is extremely personal to me, and it is something that breaks my heart every time I think about it. And I don't usually like to make videos like this. I am quite a happy person. I don't like to show when I cry, but I'm just putting this on this channel because I feel like it needs to be said. These kinds of things needs to be addressed. That there's people going to hell. Maybe you don't want to hear that. Maybe you're a believer and you don't want to hear that because it sounds super sad, and you know, or like, you know, it's just something that you don't want to hear, and I get it. Even I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear about hell. I don't want people to tell me that hell is real. I don't want to hear about hell. Sounds like a terrible place. It is a terrible place. I don't want to hear that there are people going to hell. I really don't. But you can't deny the fact that anyone who doesn't believe in Jesus is going to hell. And I feel like it's not like we don't talk about it enough, because we just want to focus on ourselves and our growth and our relationship with God and, you know, heaven and all that good stuff. That's good, but just acknowledge the fact that people are going to hell. There are people in hell. There have been people in hell for many years, and there are people on the way to hell right now because they don't believe in Jesus. This is something that I'm sure it breaks God's heart, especially in this time of the pandemic where even more people are dying than ever, because there's a virus actually going around and killing people. I'm sure God is sad every single time someone enters hell. And He is also sad because we Christians, we didn't do anything. We didn't tell people about Jesus. And it's things like this that motivate me to just try to spread the gospel, you know, to at least one person, or, you know, just try to plant seeds, because you never know. You could have saved one person, you know, just by sharing something with them, sharing the message. But you could have saved one person. So never give up. Never give up. We're not supposed to keep this truth to ourselves, this gospel to ourselves. There's so many people in the world who are lost, and they need to hear that gospel to be saved. And there's not enough people who know the gospel. There's not enough. It's not enough. There's too many people going to hell. There's too many. Maybe even your neighbor is an unbeliever. My neighbor is an unbeliever. Both sides, I think, my neighbors. There are people around you who are lost, and I'm scared too. I get it if you're scared to share, but I'm scared too. It is a scary thing to share the gospel. And I'm scared, and you're scared. But this is even scarier to think about how many people are going to hell and how much it's breaking God's heart. I don't want God to be sad. I don't want God to cry. I don't even want to think about God being sad, because it makes me sad. I want to see God happy. I want to hear the angels in heaven celebrate when someone is saved. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to hear. That's what I want to have in my head. I don't want to think about hell. Yeah, that is it. I'm sorry, this video was super random. I need to sleep. It's almost 1 a.m. Sorry for this random thing. I got out of bed to film this because I was felt like I just needed to share it, you know. And if you are a Christian and you think about this a lot and you have been crying because of this, I feel you. I'm in the same way. Nothing can explain how much it breaks my heart to think about people dying and going to hell and being tormented forever and ever. And just know that I get you. I get how you feel. I get the crying. I feel guilty too. I feel guilty because like I could have done something. I could have saved them, you know. But that's okay. Don't dwell on the past. Try not to dwell on who you could have saved. Just try to save. I guess now just try to save people who are still here, you know. It's scary. It is scary, but their punishment is even worse than any punishment they can give us. The punishment that is awaiting them is so much worse than the punishment that is awaiting us from them, you know. The world will punish us, people will hate us, but that is nothing compared to what those people will experience in hell. I want to see my dad in heaven. I want to see my neighbors in heaven. I want to see my friends in heaven. It's hard not to feel guilty when you think about this. It's hard not to feel a sense of responsibility. It's hard not to cry. So yeah, anyway, I'm just gonna stop this here. I think this was super sad enough as it is. I'm sorry if I ruin your day. But yeah, that is it. I don't want to keep this video too long. Yeah. God bless your day, your week, your month, your year, your life. God bless you and your families, and don't forget Jesus loves you very much. One last thing. Meow. Oh, that was a very bad meow. Meow.